Good morning, Mr. Mission is here again, and we are still with equations with exponents. Now, I'm going to just summarize everything for you here. The thing is, it's pretty easy, but there is one little complication, but as I told you before, it's not that essential. If you don't really get it, then you lose maybe 1 mark. So let's start with the important stuff. If you have an exponent equation with rational exponents, x to the power of m over n equal a, then the solution is what? Very easily. What do we need to do? A to the power?
N over m.
N over m. Okay? You're just powering both sides by n over m. That's really the main thing. And if you get that, then you're 80% all right. Now, we've got some issues with odd and even m's. Let's just go through it again, okay? So, first of all, we look at positive a's. Okay, that number here that we have is positive. Look at these examples. A, 32, 9. They're all positive. We're going to leave the negative for a bit later. Okay? Now, the first situation is where I have m and n odd, like this, 3 over 5. Okay? Now, what will be the solution then? Just like you guys told me here, x is going to be equal to 8 to the power of 5 over 3. And there's only one solution. There's no other options here. Are we happy with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right, the next one, and this is where I made a mistake last time, is if we have an odd n and an even n. This one. Okay, this is even, this is odd. Okay? So x is still going to be equal to 32 to the power of 2 over 5. But not like what I told you before, it's not going to be the minus. The minus is not going to be an option here. Okay? So it's just that. And normal. Nothing really fancy here. Okay? Where things go a little bit different is when the m is even. The number at the top, the power itself, is even. In this case, there are two solutions. Okay? 9 to the power of 3 over 2, or minus 9 to the power of 3 over 2. We have both of these solutions. Am I right what I'm saying here? Yeah? Yes. And I think this is one thing that Bouzoué was, you were struggling with this, because here, I shouldn't have put the brackets, just as I did now. I shouldn't put the brackets. If I put the brackets, then it's a problem, because it's the square root of minus 9. I think that's what you tried to tell me yesterday. Okay? No, we can't take square root of negative 9. But we can do what we do, we take square root of 9 and then times it by minus 1. In other words, we have two solutions. Okay? Right, now I'll just pause here for questions. Now, what happens when a is negative? Okay? You're gonna have to wait, okay? When a is negative, we have slightly different situation, okay? Well, when both numbers are odd, the m and the n are odd, then x will be equal to minus 2 to the power of 3. Okay, is that right? Am I right? Yeah, okay. So that's not a problem, which is minus 8 in this case. Now we've got a little bit of a problem. When I'm trying to take this is a negative number. Okay? This x, if it's positive, and I'm doing a power of a positive number, it's going to be positive. If it's negative, can I take a square root of a negative number? No. So there's no solution. And so I'm not going to even try and write down a solution, just no solution. Okay? So, because if it's positive, this never can be negative. So positive can't be negative, that can't make sense. And if you decide to put a negative number, that means you need to take a square root of a negative number, which also we know it is not a real solution, so there's no solution. Now, what's the issue here? Here I don't need to take any square root of any number, but also here there's no solution. Let's try and understand why. Okay. Let's think about it. If this x is positive, what will this be then? If x is positive, then I'm raising it with a power. Okay? A power of a positive number is always positive. So x can't be positive, right? But okay, let's say x is negative. Okay? But now I've squared it. What happens when I square a negative number? It becomes positive. So again, for this equation, just like here, there's no solution. Okay? I'll pause here. Let's help this young man answer some questions. Right, chaps. We do one more exercise with these rational exponents. Okay. Now, when you look at this, okay, by now I'm hoping you're starting to kind of have an instinct. What does it look like? What kind?
Trinomial.
It's a trinomial. In other words, it's probably a quadratic equation here. Okay. Now, so we've got the k method. What should we say the k is?
X to the power 1
X to the power of a third. And now I can see, I'm really getting your confidence. What is x to the power of 2 over 3? K squared, because it's simply that squared. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Alright, so now we're going to rewrite the whole thing. So that's k squared minus 2k minus 8 equals 0. This is no match for you. You can do it with your
-4.
eyes blind, right? Okay, no problem for you. What is it, Charlie?
-4 plus 2.
-4 plus 2. Okay, so we have two solutions. Okay, so let's start with a positive one. K equals 4. Obviously, we don't stop here, right?
No.
So what do we have to write now?
4 is equals to...
X to the power of a third is equal to
4.
4. And now the rational exponent kicks in. See, that was, we've done stuff like that, but now we've got this whole rational thing. How do we solve such a thing? X equal to?
3 over 1.
Yeah, so 4 to the power of 3 over 1, which you want to say? L, power of 3, which is 64.
Nice.
Okay, easy, right?
It's nice.
Okay,
Nice.
now what about, okay, I'm just going to pause to make sure we got it right. Right, the next solution is k equal minus 2.
Okay.
So that means that x to the power of third is minus 2. And that means that x is equal to minus 2 to the power 3. Meaning x equal, I need the brackets. Well, in this case, actually, it won't matter, but I do need the brackets. And that's going to be minus 8, so I've got two solutions. Voila. Okay. Right, let's practice it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.